friends, I'm so glad you came back. Thank you so much. Uh, this is week 22. I can't believe we only have 30 weeks left in the year. Seems like we were just taking Christmas uh, decorations down. This is week 22 we've gotten through, and this is our 1,000 pound challenge. And the 1,000 pound challenge is for me to and Rick to diverge 1,000 pounds of our just things that we would normally maybe throw in the trash. Recycling of things like glass and cans and whatever else. Excuse me. Would still go out in our recycling. But this is things like our fruit and vegetable peels. I keep one of these in the freezer, and as as I'm doing my worm bins, I just take it out and grab a handful of this is chopped fruit. Or if it seems like it's getting too overwhelming for me, I'm not ready to do it, then I let it go ahead and thaw and put it through the NutriBullet, and then I make a solid block out of it, and I can let that thaw out and do a schmutz, do a river of it before I put it out. But I mean, if you have fruit that you're going to throw away, you can use it in many ways. My egg shells, my shrimp shells, coffee grounds, of course, are just wonderful. You can use these in your garden. You can feed your worms with it. Even things like your house plants. You can sprinkle it around the top. From what I understand, it helps keep things like gnats and fleas, anything that will get into your house, it keeps them down. Don't forget, when you're having a cup of tea, don't throw away your bag. Put it in your recycling afterwards. Some of these have some cellulose in them, so you might want to look it up and see if yours does. If it does, then just take the leaves out and use those and discard your bag. I use my leaves. I grind up the leaves and I feed those either to the compost or to my worms. It doesn't matter if you have worms or if you don't. It doesn't even matter if you don't have the ability to have a compost pile. Jason over at Clive's Conundrum is living in Springfield now. By the way, good channel. I hope you'll check him out. He and Colleen. Anyway, where they are residing right now, they're not allowed to have a compost pile. And so he's trying to think of ways to do it. And one of the great ways of doing it is to trench compost. If you have, say, a big tree, if you dig a trench around that tree with the idea that, we're going to amend the soil and we're going to mulch it. Well, you can dig that trench down a good, I would dig probably a good foot, because any tree is going to have a tree line, where the tree comes up and the branches come out. That area right there is the tree line. What you see on the top is what God sees on the bottom, what Mother Nature sees on the bottom. And so that's where those roots are. So if you were to dig down and make a nice little trench, you can put your garden waste in there, and you can still do things like adding your shredded cardboard and anything else to it, and the microbes, bacteria, the earthworms, they'll take care of it. So back to this, it's any paper towels, any toilet rolls, my grass clippings. That's going to be the main thing for us. My vacuum cleaner, you get dirt up in the vacuum cleaner. Your lint from your dryer. If you have cotton clothes, recycle it. Anything that's stale. I'm not suggesting that to make my quota I'm going to throw away my food, but if something is stale, then I'm going to throw it away. And by the way, these boxes, when you think about it, have you ever heard about, somebody mentioned to me that, well, this has dye in it. And I thought, well, there is food grade dye. And to become a cereal box, something that's going to come in contact with us, or babies chewing on it or something like that with their little, I really don't think that the dyes in here are going to kill the microbes in the soil. That's just my feeling of the whole thing. So these will get used afterwards. Anything like your corks, your popsicle sticks, my eggshells, I pulverize. I've gotten into this, and it's not part of the weight because obviously I could make this as heavy as I wanted to. But we had pasta last night, and Rick is getting on board. Woo! And he said, "Am I saving that water?" And I said, "Only if you don't put salt in it." I said, "You can salt your noodles afterwards, but please don't put salt in the water because I would like to add this. It's starch water. That starch contains vitamins. It also contains the sugars that will your bacteria and your microbes will feed off of. So you can add this to your watering can. You could add it to your worms if you have worms. You can add it to your trench compost that you're trying to hide from the HOA, and that's a homeowners association. We've lived with a homeowners association for 40 some years, so when I hear people say, "What's a HOA?" I think, well, homeowners association. The ARB is the Architectural Review Board, in case you really want to know what it's like. And it's I'm sorry, that's a good thing in its own way, is that there's both of those. They keep our developments looking nice. So anyway, going very quickly, we had a good week overall. We didn't. We were very lucky that Brian came and brought us his grass clippings. We're now into June. Another 4 weeks, and we're going to be halfway through the year. So we did gather 45 pounds, 14.9 ounces last week. No, this week. I'm sorry, that was it, 45 pounds. So really, we only got about 6 pounds. Brian brought us 39 pounds of grass clippings, so thank you, Brian. We came up with a total of 589 pounds, 3.4 ounces so far in 22 weeks. So we're rocking it. For those of you across the pond, it's not an exact figure, but it is 267.17 kilos. And I think either way that sounds like a heck of a lot. So we're doing real well. I think I want to make this very short this week. If you guys have any questions, if there's anything you want to know about what I'm doing, I would be more than happy to share. I hope you have come to realize that this challenge is not really about me. I've been doing this for over 50 years. Not to this extent, but each time I learn one building block worth of knowledge, I think, ooh, I have to use that. And over 50 years, I can do this pretty easy. I'm hoping that you will take this knowledge and assimilate it into your lifestyle. And as you're doing it, you will show others what you're doing. Live the change you want to see on earth. That's all I can say. So I hope everybody has a great Sunday, and I hope you'll come back and see me next week, because I'll be here. And remember, garden what you've got. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.